What's up, everybody? This is your boy Soda here with the Autumn Windbags. I had to hop on. I'm at the gym right now. You can't tell. I'm working. I'm right here. There's a freaking boxing ring right behind me. I got bags over here. I got weights all over the place. I'm here working at the gym, and I had to hop on to talk to you guys about the blockbuster trade that just went down. Raiders are sending their number one overall pick, the number 22 overall, excuse me, their first round draft pick, and another draft pick to the Packers for Davante Adams. They've already signed him for 5 years, 141, coming up to about 28 and change. Man, we saw it with the Chargers going after the big fish. I said it when free agency started. We got to go. We got to go big game hunting. We got to go those studs and duds. None of those middle ground deals anymore. Apex 12. That's what I'm talking about. Devontae's in the house. We have to go for that big talent. That's what we have to go for. Go for those studs and duds, and that's what we've been doing. We've been getting those big fish, right? We've been getting those big talent. We signed some okay guys, some guys that have been, you know, uh, contributors in the league. Rockyasin, he was a top 5, 6 corner against in man coverage, late rated last year. This is what we're going to want to do, uh, guys. We're pushing forward, man. This is what we need to do. We need top flight talent. We have O line, yeah. There's a lot of O line, we gave up our number one pick. I don't know what else we gave up, but as of right now, I don't know exactly what we gave up, but we already agreed to a a an extension with Adam. So he's already signed up. He's ready to rock. He's just got to sign the contract. He already agreed to the money and everything. So it's 5 years. I believe it's 141 and a half. So I think it's 28 and a half million a year for Davante Adams. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares what you pay him? You look, you pay the premium talent, premium money. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we have to do. That's why you twist the needle on Carr, and you don't give him a ton of money here and a ton of money there, and that's why I say you gotta nitpick and you gotta don't give him 40, give him 35, give him 32, give him whatever you can get away with, but don't give him as much money as you have to, because you could do moves like this, because you can trade for Davante Adams, and when you get him, you can then sign him to that big contract. So now you have him locked in for that 5 year contract. You have to give up your first round pick and then another pick this year, but that doesn't matter. You were probably going to pick up, if you're the Raiders, you were going to pick up a receiver in one of the first high picks. You'd rather have Davante Adams. Davante Adams, if he was coming out in the draft, even with his skills right now at 20, he's going to be 29 this year. He's going to be 28 when the season starts. He's still the top receiver. Uh, House yelling when I got the notification. This is the Dutch Master 710 house. I ran outside my house yelling when I got the notification. This is huge. He's the best receiver in the league, not top 10, the best. Yeah. When you talk about wide receiver one, there's a lot of players that they can go to almost any team and say, oh, that's WR1. That's wide receiver one, right? You can go to almost any team in the league. That's wide receiver one. Now we have the wide receiver one, the WR1. Uh, the last time Derek Carr and Davante Adams played on the same team, Derek Carr threw for 50 touchdowns that year, and Davante Adams caught 24 touchdowns that year. This is freaking crazy. Uh, it's nuts, man. Right now, I'm feeling good right now as a Raider fan. Um, we need to solidify that offensive line. We need to address something with the pass rushers that we have in the AFC West. I don't trust right tackle to a young player. I'd rather have a veteran playing right tackle. But right now, we're flying high. Chandler Jones and Max on the defensive end. We got some good players in the secondary. Hopefully, we can fill some spots in linebacker. But man, getting Davante Adams is a huge steal. There was a reason why he said he wasn't going to play under a franchise tag. The Raiders said, you know what, man, come on over. And Davante Adams just bought a house, like the house right next to Derek Carr. possibly the either John Gruden's old house or the one on the opposite side of John Gruden. But man, what else? What do you guys think, man? Hit me up. Let's bring in Trent Brown. Thoughts, Roger? I don't have a problem bringing in Trent Brown back. There's a trust level there with the execs because they played with them and they've coached them with New England. Uh, the issue that you're looking at is maybe is there some sour grapes with the players? He maybe didn't have the best reputation leaving the Raiders the first time around. Who knows? Time tends to heal all wounds, and when you have a lot of good players on the team and you're got a winning atmosphere kind of going on right now, maybe those change some things. He looks to be getting into better shape. Who knows? Uh, Gabriel, yeah, man, we're building something special here. I like that. What did I say, guys? If you guys remember what we're talking about in the beginning of free agency, I said studs and duds. Go after the big game fish, big game hunting, and you fill your roster up with guys that can either sink or swim. And if they don't pan out, you just cut them and move on from them, and they didn't cost you a lot of money. But you want to go that big game hunting. You want to get those big names, not those middle tier guys that you have to overpay. Uh, 5N Rame 23. I believe so. I believe that they were able to get this done because if they get Davante Adams, Carr was going to probably take a little bit less money now. Carr talked about not already having been the highest player and all that. He doesn't need that. He wants to win. He got his boy now. He wants to stick around. His boy's going to be there. Davante's going to be there for 5 years. If Carr wants to sign an extension, it's not going to be for a sum of money because Davante is getting a ton of it. Max Crosby signed for a big contract. Chandler Jones signed for a big contract. So, yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see if Carr is next. I'm sure Carr had been in talks like, hey, man, if you get Davante Adams, because that's what I said too about a couple of months ago, right when the season ended. I said, you know what? If you go up to Derek Carr and say, look, we want to pay you a little bit less than you're worth, but here's what we want to do with the money. We want to go X, Y, Z. Now, if they said, look, we have a chance to go ahead and get Davante Adams for you, and they do it, and they lock him down for 5 years, man, I don't see how Derek Carr wants to leave. I think he signs at least a 3-year extension to give him 4 years, the year he has plus 3 more. We'll see how he pans out. We'll see if how it's structured. But having his running mate basically from back in his college days, that's definitely something that he wants to look into. Sneaky beast, dude. We on it now, man. It's an arms race. The Chargers started it, man. The Chargers started it, and Denver went in, and when they got Russell Wilson, and it's I told the guys, I told RJ and I told Rory, yo, man, it's an arms race, man, and we're falling behind, and we need to pick it up. And I think, like I told RJ in the show, I think the Raiders were waiting for the league year to start, so they knew what's going on. They knew if players were going to get released. La'el Collins is going to get released. He's going to become available. Trent Brown's out there available. Are they going to want to play for the amount of money that we're probably going to have to give them now? Who knows? But the thing is right now we have to focus on getting some big uglies up front to protect Carr. We already have weapons on the outside. We can still use draft picks. There's going to be a lot of wide receivers in this draft. I would get another young receiver just to kind of learn under Davante Adams and be able to just kind of groom that next guy for sure. What else do you guys think? Sneaky Beast, I'm pumped too, man, for sure. Boogie, gotta trust the process. McDaniels and Ziegler still have 6 months to fill the rest of their holes. Yeah, man. And they give up a couple of picks, maybe even more than that, maybe a picks and a player. I don't know. But hey, man, I wouldn't sleep on Bryan Edwards, man. if Brian Edwards gets some tricks, he has tools. He has tools to be a good player. I wouldn't give up on him so easily. Oh man, TM's killing Brian Edwards, man. I like Brian Edwards. He has, I don't know, man. I just something about him I like. Yeah, big day today. We had a couple of big days in a row. Chandler Jones was a big get. Ngakwe had to go, but we got Rocky Sin back. That's a huge get. He's a tough, long corner. He's a tough man. He's a hard worker. Everett, we got Everett at the another corner. We got a lot of players out there. There's players to be had out there. Now we spent a lot of money already, so we don't have a lot of money to spend. But I would say solidifying our offensive line is something. Is getting a veteran on the offensive line is something we can get. Sneaky beats. It's time for us to go hunt. We have the biggest dick in the room now. Well, yeah, man, we do. We still got that big dick energy for sure. You're right, Boogie. Edwards can learn from Adams. Win-win. If it's a player, who do you think it would be? I like Leo Collins, man. I like Collins. I think that it's something that we can work out. He just got released from Dallas. He had an injury last year where he didn't play. Oh, he had a suspension last year, and he also was a little bit nicked up last year, missed a couple of games. I think it's someone that we can maybe get on a reclamation. He didn't want to take there were no trade bites for him. Dallas was dangling him out there in a trade, and there were no bites. So, yeah, man, I think Leo Collins would be a good get on the offensive line at right tackle for sure. Because when you have the pass rushers in the AFC West, not just our team, but in the other teams, you're going to need bookends. You're going to need bookend tackles. And I don't know if I trust a young right tackle again. First and second this year, yeah, man, it's a lot to spend, but you're getting back, the premier wide receiver in the NFL. So we don't pick until the late day 2 of the draft, which whatever, man, it is what it is. If you want a premium player, you got to pay the premium price. Yeah, you want to give a first and second up for the chance to have Davante Adams on your team. Dude, I'm telling you guys, he's going to transform this defense. The reason why, it's not just his production, guys. Listen to this. It's not just his production. It's the fact that every defense out there has to game plan around where Davante Adams. He changes the game for everybody else. He's going to make everything else easy for all the other targets on the team. He's going to make offense. He's going to make coaching. He's going to make moving the ball easier just for everybody else. All right, guys. I've been on for almost 15 minutes. So I got to take off. I got to get back to work here. I want to make sure. I wanted to hop on and let you guys know what my thoughts were about the Raiders trading for Davante Adams. A big move. We traded a first and a second for it, but I think it was worth it. We already signed him to a contract. Hopefully, this spells good for us in the loaded AFC West. It's an arms race in the AFC West. Nothing but talent out there. It's like the dream team now moving to the AFC West. So just make sure, tell everybody to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors, tell your haters, tell everybody. The Autumn Windbags, go ahead and give them a follow. And above all else, guys, go Raiders.